called meeting to order, and thank you all for making time this afternoon. We have a relatively quick piece of business to conduct, but it is an important one. And of course, our purpose today is to review and consider criteria for the job position of the president at the TCAT Elizabethton. I believe we could have local media on the line. We may have other officials and folks from the TCAT Elizabethton community, so welcome all. And just as a reminder, of course, we are being live streamed, and the recording has started as well on this meeting. With that, you are all familiar by now by the two sets of questions we will ask as Secretary Perry calls the roll to make it official. Mariah?
Yes, ma'am. In accordance with TCA 844-108C3, there are two questions that need to be answered by regents for the record. First, can the regent simultaneously hear and speak with others participating in the meeting? And second, is the regent alone in the room? If the answer to both questions is yes, the regent can simply answer yes to both questions. Anyone who is not alone should identify any other people present in the room with the regent. When I call your name, please answer these two questions. Governor Lee? Regent Apple?
Here, and yes to both questions.
Regent Burdine?
Here, and yes to both questions.
Regent Duckett?
Yes to both questions.
Regent George?
Yes to both questions.
Regent Gill? Regent Green? Regent Hatch?
Yes to both questions.
Commissioner Hatcher?
Yes to both questions.
Regent House? Regent Powers?
Here, and yes to both.
Regent Reed?
Here, and yes to both. I am traveling, so if I happen to drop off, I will join back in just to let you guys know.
Thank you for letting us know. Vice Chair Reynolds?
Here, and yes to both.
Commissioner Schwinn? Regent Shelton?
Here, and yes to both.
Regent Thompson? Regent Barlin?
Here, and yes to both.
Regent Want?
Here, and yes to both.
And Regent White?
Here, and yes to both.
Thank you. Vice Chair Reynolds, your board is assembled.
Thank you very much. We also need to affirm that we are meeting electronically today to take up this piece of urgent business. Of course, we need timely action on this, and we won't be together for the foreseeable future. So we will need to determine the necessity to meet electronically. And once again, I will ask Mariah to take a roll call vote, please.
Regent Apple?
Aye.
Regent Burdine?
Aye.
Regent Duckett?
Aye.
Regent George?
Aye.
Regent Hatch?
Aye.
Commissioner Hatcher?
Aye.
Regent Powers?
Aye.
Regent Reed?
Aye.
Vice Chair Reynolds?
Aye.
Regent Barlin?
Aye.
Regent Wamp?
Aye.
And Regent White?
Aye.
The motion carries.
Thank you very much. With those two important items out of the way, thank you all. I'd like to call on the Chancellor now, who will talk to us about the criteria for the presidency at the TCAT Elizabethton.
Thank you very much, Vice Chairman Reynolds. As you all know, Dean Blevins announced his retirement, which will be effective June 24th, 2022. The search criteria was provided in your materials prior to this board meeting for approval to recruit a new president. Upon approval, the position will be posted and the recruitment process will begin to find the next president of TCAT Elizabethton. Vice Chair Reynolds, I turn it back over to you.
Thank you. Any questions or comments for the Chancellor on the criteria? If not, we will entertain a motion to approve the criteria for the role at the TCAT Elizabethton, please.
I move for approval.
Thank you, Regent Burdine. And a second?
Second.
Thank you, Regent Duckett. Any other comments? Once again, we will take a roll call vote to approve these criteria. Mariah?
Regent Apple,
Aye.
Regent Burdine,
Aye.
Regent Duckett,
Aye.
Regent George,
Aye.
Regent Hatch,
Aye.
Commissioner Hatcher,
Aye.
Regent Powers,
Aye.
Regent Reed,
Aye.
Vice Chair Reynolds,
Aye.
Regent Farland,
Aye.
Regent Wong,
Aye.
and Regent White.
Aye.
The motion carries.
Thanks, everybody. So, Chancellor, that puts you in the hunt for 3. We have started Cleveland State, we have started TCAT Morristown, and now Elizabethton, as if you didn't have enough going on. Any further comments, Chancellor, or announcements from your end, please?
Well, while it does have me doing 3 searches, Regent Burdine has graciously agreed to chair 2 of those searches. So thank you very much to you for agreeing to do that, and to each of you that are serving on these committees to help us find the very best person that we can. Just prior to this meeting, we did go through a review of candidates for Morristown, and we have selected 4 quality candidates to interview. And I feel sure that we will have a great selection to come out of that, and look forward to what we will encounter when we start the Elizabethton search. So thank you very much to each of you.
Couple of more quick reminders too. The first is actually a thank you. Today is the last day of the month, and I'm pleased to report that everybody finished not just on time, but early, our annual disclosures. So thank you all so much for getting those done. And then second of all, of course, assuming we don't have another electronic meeting for a reason we might not anticipate today, we do all look forward to being together in March. We have committee chairs meeting early in the month, which will likely be virtual, but importantly, at the end of the month, the great SOAR events and our board meeting as well, March 29 and 30. If you have any questions, please direct those to Mariah, but hopefully all these dates are on your calendars. Anything else?
I would just like to remind everybody that the governor's State of the State address is tonight. Preview of that information is I Cannot Stop Smiling. So if you want to listen in tonight, it is all really, really good news for Tennessee Board of Regents.
That's great news. That was a good teaser, as they say, right?
We will send you a great summary tomorrow.
Excellent.
You can put it all in writing.
Thank you, Chancellor. Thank you. That's exciting to hear. Fingers crossed. So if there is nothing else from any of the regents and no objection, we will adjourn this meeting and look forward to being with you all again soon. Thank you very much. Take care.
Thank you.